It's 7 a.m. in Bend. Elena Campos and her family just left the homeless shelter for the day. That's where they're currently living. Through the day, we followed the family to see how their housing situation is affecting their everyday life. They're heading to Redmond, a rural town 20 minutes away. It's where the oldest daughter, Alyssa, is going to high school. Someday, they hope to live there. They're borrowing a friend's car. They usually bus and walk between the two towns. Alyssa, the oldest daughter, is starting her first week as a freshman in high school. Her classmates are talking about the fact that she's homeless.
He came up to me and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry what happened." I'm like, I don't care.
Oh, about our living situation?
Yeah.
You can say, yeah, you know what? We did have a situation, but guess what? We are doing great now. You know the truth.
Elena has been looking for a home in Redmond since April, but Central Oregon, where they live, has some of the lowest vacancy rates in the state. And money's been tight for the family since Elena lost her full-time job in December.
Make good choices.
She drops Alyssa off at school. Elena was hoping to hunt for a house on the library's computers, but the library doesn't open for 2 hours. She decides to go there anyway and wait outside, where girls can play. While Elena waits, she makes a series of calls. One of them is for her second oldest, Lily. She wants to get her enrolled in a different school.
And
But she hits a wall.
They won't let me until I have a permanent address, which really is not good because I don't have a permanent address. Then I have to have a piece of mail saying that's my address. But they need to be enrolled in school because next week is school. So let me call this one.
Elena is facing another pressing deadline. She only has 6 weeks in the shelter before she needs to find a new home. Again, she's been searching since April. So now she calls about a house she saw online.
Sometimes if they write back and say, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? You know, and I told them I'm a single mom with 4 kids and I'm working and, just how life just hit us really hard.
Elena gets by on child support from Alyssa's father, food stamps, and a lot of help from state agencies and local nonprofits. Right now, she's working 13 hours a week at McDonald's. She's out of food stamps for the month, and her family now has only $156 for everything: food, gas, school supplies, until next week. She sees finding a home as the first step in setting out a better future for herself and her family.
I want to get a house so I can set my goals. Now my goals are I want to get back in the medical field. I want to do something for my kids. Just a lot. So I want to be stable so that way I could get a better job. So
Elena takes care of one more errand and drops the girls off at daycare before heading back to the library. She only has an hour, though. Her shift at McDonald's starts at 12.
Yeah. The rooms are huge. Like the little girls' room was
The next day, all the calls and library research paid off.
So the rooms,
Elena takes us to a home she found on Craigslist the day before. She checked it out that morning and got good news.
Today is that we got approved for a 3-bedroom, 2-story home. And they're willing to give me and my kids a chance, even with bad credit. This is where you get your own bed.
Elena is able to afford this house because she's part of the Neighbor Impact Transitional Housing Program. The subsidy pays for the first year of rent for homeless families as they work towards becoming self-sufficient.
Rest my head at night and sleep really good tonight knowing we got a place next week, right before the girls start school. So I'm really excited and really happy.